Hello everyone and welcome back to the High Council. Today we are going to be having a look at the latest databank downloads that have come. So it's been a little while since the last video was uploaded, and today we are treated with two different new previews for characters coming out in Star Wars Shatterpoint. We have Cad Bane, Notorious Hunter, and then we have Queen Amidala coming as well with previews. Before we get into it, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, let me know your thoughts down below on what your thoughts are on Cad Bane. Just a reminder as well, we also have the giveaway still going on, so this video will be included in that. That is for a copy of the Appetite for Destruction squad pack, so Grievous, Kraken, and then the B2 battle droids. To be in with a chance, the rules are down in the description, but basically you can subscribe to the channel, comment on one of the videos, or like the High Council over on Facebook will get you in, and then there is going to be a raffle drawn and revealed on Sunday for who is the lucky person that's going to be getting a free copy of Appetite for Destruction. But we're all here to see what Cad Bane is up to. This is my first time looking at it. I haven't read through it. I've literally just seen the post from Atomic Mass Games over on Facebook. So let's have a little look. So we've got Cad Bane here. So first of all, I really like the pose. I do think it's very iconic for Cad Bane. He does look very much like he's the bounty hunter, and I like the fact we've got this terrain just to the left of him, which is obviously included and out available already. That's nicely painted up to give some good ideas of what's going on. But obviously we've got the Cad Bane look with his hat on. The very iconic sort of leather top, leather trousers, which is exactly how I'd picture him. So, Cad Bane has a special sort of swagger and confidence, necessary traits for tackling the most difficult jobs in the galaxy, such as hunting Jedi. La 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 la. Let's have a look at his card here. So the first thing that strikes me instantly is this is the first 9 squad point character coming to the game. The flip side of that is he's only bringing 2 force with him, but I probably wouldn't expect to see too much force from him as a bounty hunter. But the fact that we're seeing a 9 squad point character makes me really excited about what secondaries and supporting characters we're going to be able to take alongside him to fill out those 9. It does make me wonder, I think it's Aura Singh that's in this box with him, what we're going to see her look like in terms of how much she's going to cost. But yeah, 9 squad points is awesome. Cad Bane, Notorious Hunter, and then so he's got 2 active abilities, a reactive ability, and then an identity ability. So how about you step aside, as his first one costing 1 force, choose an enemy character within range 3 and an active objective it is contesting. The chosen character may dash away from that objective. Then after any moves are resolved, if the chosen character is no longer contesting a chosen objective, it gains a disarmed. If it is still contesting the chosen objective, it gains exposed and strained. So this is pretty cool. You basically give the opportunity for your opponent to get out of range of the objective, so you can potentially go and take it over. On the flip side, they are then going to be getting some sort of condition. So either they disarmed or the strained and exposed. I think if they're still going to contest the objective, which is probably the right thing to do in an objective-based game, but then you are getting those 2 really nasty conditions that are basically going to cost you an action by getting rid of strained potentially, and then the exposed obviously is going to absolutely ruin your defense dice. He's then got rocket boots, which costs a force. Each character in this unit may jump. Nothing special overly about that one. And then we've got a reactive ability, so no one gets between me and my job, which costs 1 force. After another allied unit makes a combat action, if this unit is not engaged, it may use this ability. Choose one of the targeted characters within range 4. One character in this unit deals 2 damage to the chosen character. If none of the targeted characters are within range 4, each character in this unit may jump towards one of the targeted characters. So that's a bit of a mouthful. So basically the condition is after another allied unit makes a combat action and Cad Bane is not engaged, So choose one of the target characters within range 4. This is one I've got to read a couple of times just to get my head around it. So basically, if the targeted character is within range 4, you can deal 2 damage to it. If they're not within range 4, you can jump towards one of the chosen characters. Okay, so kind of either getting in between, getting up in the action, or just dealing some straight up damage. And then his final identity ability is, I'll take on any job for the right price. When an allied character wounds an enemy unit, after the effect is resolved, refresh 1 force and 1 character in this unit may heal. Then if the allied character is a bounty hunter, refresh another force. So you wound a unit, if it's a bounty hunter you're refreshing 2 force and Cad Bane is healing 1. If it's not a bounty hunter, you're just refreshing 1 force and healing 1 force, which is quite nice because it kind of gives him that continuous healing. If you're getting 2 or 3 wounds off him in the space of 1 turn, then you are going to be doing some nice little healing with Cad Bane. And he then has the bounty hunter, mercenary and scoundrel tags with 9 stamina and 3 durability as well. So that is Cad Bane's card. I don't necessarily think there's anything special. I like this. How about you step aside? I like that ability. I think you are forcing your opponent to either make one of two bad decisions for them, and it's, I guess the question will be, what is the worst decision of the 2 for them at the time? But what have we got on here? Cad Bane is utterly fearless and known to be implacable in pursuit of his quarry, taking advantage of his rocket boots to gain added mobility, blah blah blah. And then we've got his stance cards, which are here. So for the left hand side and the right hand side, the left hand side needs no introduction. He is rolling 8 dice with a ranged 4 attack, and then 6 dice in an engaged attack, with 6 defense dice against a range attack and 5 defense dice against a melee attack. His expertise looks awesome. So his ranged expertise, 1 becomes a crit, 2 to 3 becomes a crit and a hit, and 4+ becomes 2 crits and a hit. His engaged one is 1 hit for 1 expertise, 2 to 3 expertise becomes a crit and a hit, and then 4+ becomes 2 crits and an auto damage. And then his dogged tenacity defensively, 1 to 2 becomes 2 blocks, 3 to 4 becomes 2 blocks, a heal and a jump, which is pretty cool. And then 5 becomes 2 blocks, turn a crit to a failure, a heal and a jump as well. So I really like this heal mechanic as part of your expertise. Obviously the chances of you rolling 3 are probably slim, but it's definitely something that you're probably going to do at some point in the battle. But his combat tree here, so lots of damage all over the place. So we are always starting off with 2 damage, and we can either go up or down. If we go up, we're doing damage and a jump. If we're coming down, we're doing damage and a heal. Follow then into 2 damage and a shove, and then we can either go up to the top for a damage and a pinned, followed by 2 damage and a jump, or down to the bottom for a damage and a disarmed, followed by a damage, a heal and a shove as well. So lots of healing across Cad Bane's kit, which is quite cool. We've got some heals in the combat tree, we've got some heals in the expertise, we've got some heals in his abilities as well, so maybe not someone who's going to be that easy to take down. And if we look at his as long as I get paid side, this is my favourite side, I think, from the looks of it. So it's the 7 dice attack for either a range 4 attack or an engaged attack, 6 dice defensively, whatever it is as well. His defensive expertise is exactly the same, other than this top row, which is 1 to 2 expertise just becomes 1 block instead of the 2 blocks on the other side. Otherwise the rest is exactly the same. But then we get to his expertise for attacks, and this is just all crazy crit stuff. So 1 expertise is the same for the first 2 lines. So 1 expertise is always going to become 1 crit. 2 to 3 will always become 2 crits. And then 4+ for a range attack is becoming 2 crits and a hit. And then 4+ for an engaged attack is becoming 2 crits and a damage. So that 4+ is exactly the same on both sides. It is that 2 to 3 that changes, where we've got a crit and a hit on his needs no introduction side. That just becomes 2 crits then on his as long as I get paid side. And we've got a lot of damage visible here again. So We're starting off with 2 damage, exactly the same, followed up by 1 damage and the disarmed ability, followed by 3 damage, and then we can make a choice. We go up onto the top for a damage and a strained, followed by a damage and a pinned, or we come along the bottom for a damage and a shove, followed by 2 damage. So definitely punching out a lot of these conditions, which might work really well alongside things like the Inquisitors, or alternatively just punching out a lot of damage non-stop. So at total, at best, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight up damage along this bottom tree on as long as I get paid. Or we could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage max on his needs no introduction side. So that is Cad Bane. Obviously we've got a bit more spiel down here. Yeah, looks super cool. Let's have a quick look at his page on the Asmodee website. So we've got here the Asmodee website. So we've got a release date of the 1st of September, which is a couple of weeks away now. And then we've got It Is Aura Sing, and then a couple of other bounty hunters here. We've got them all here. I think he's going to be, I think he'll look cool, like, just look at the pose. Aura Sing, which we hopefully will get the reveal of in a couple of, either next week or the following week. And then these other bounty hunters here. This little droid I definitely can't remember the name of, but he's in the Clone Wars and is Cad Bane's like personal droid that he goes and does heists with. So yeah, that is Cad Bane. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I think it's going to be cool. 9 squad points is definitely a first, and it's going to be quite interesting to see who he's bringing along with him, and when he's then on the table, how they will interact with each other. If you're still around, thank you very much. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.